To understand Lucilla and her rotation, we first need to look at one very uncomfortable truth. This character is not complicated, which is objectively unacceptable to me in every possible way, shape or form, because we are playing Rover, and Rover is a student at Startorch Academy. An academy that drags their students through a technical mess so violent it feels like they got hit by an academic flashbang just from entering their dorm. It should make their brain melt. It should create panic from just reading the cafeteria menu. So when the game tells me that Lucilla is simple, that is not Startorch Academy energy. That is a peaceful afternoon in a tiny rowboat on a still lake with some Swedish fika in a basket, and I find that offensive. Because Lucilla is not some random NPC wandering around Startorch Academy holding a clipboard pretending the lab coat makes them important. She is the president of Startorch Academy. This woman sits on top of the science institution where people look at alien god robots, ancient disaster technology from outer space and the void, and reality-breaking cosmic garbage, and somehow treat it like a Kinder Surprise egg you hand to a stressed out student with the words "build this in 3 days or we send tardy after you." That would be an insult to every Startorch student who survived one of morning's lectures without having their minds shutting down from pure information overload. So today, we're taking one of the easiest rotations in Wuthering Waves and forcing it through the official Startorch Academy Photographic Combat Compliance Department. So first, Lucilla begins by triggering what the Academy would describe as a Presidential Battlefield Ingress event with automatic dual image authorization, which is a very expensive way of saying she swaps in and gets 2 photos. At this point, the visual resource ledger has reached 66.6 structural completion, meaning the rotation has technically entered a playable state but remains academically embarrassing and legally undercooked. 2 photos is not enough, because 2 photos is an unfinished IKEA cabinet with emotional damage, missing screws and 1 Allen key that's somehow already been declared extinct. So now we must initiate the micro-held resonance skill criticality protocol, which is exactly the kind of sentence Mornia would say, with 3 Excel spreadsheets, 5 research notes and a clipboard open just because someone asks if she wanted tea. And then she still drinks that Startorch nutrient gel sludge instead, pretending it tastes better than normal food because it has vitamins and no joy. Translation would be, hold skill for half a sneeze, that gives you the 3rd photo, now the sacred image triangle has been complete, Mornia nod once and Tardy stands down. Lucilla may now finally proceed from the camera paperwork into approved violence. This is now where we perform the centralized liberation deployment event, or if you do not enjoy suffering, you press Alt. Once liberation is active, Lucilla enters the final phase of the operation, full photographic resource liquidation under sustained basic attack pressure. This is the part where all previous accumulated visual liabilities are converted into damage output through continuous primary input compression, until the entire photo inventory has been burned from the system like evidence before Startorch Academy HR enters the room. In human words, hold basic attack and that completes the Lucilla rotation. Intro gives 2 photos, hold skill for the 3rd, press liberation and hold basic attack. 5 seconds of gameplay. Explain like the presidential science report from an academy where people poke alien god machines with a clipboard and call themselves scientists. And honestly, this is much more my kind of rotation, not because Lucilla is complicated, she isn't, but because we finally made her complicated enough to feel like a true Startorch Academy president. So if you want more Wuthering Waves guides, dumb science crimes and actual tips, tricks, and a community where we help each other enjoy the game without turning every menu into emotional damage, subscribe. And according to the official Startorch Academy documentation that I absolutely did not forge 5 minutes ago, subscribing to the channel does count as peer-reviewed research, probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw Morning nod once, so I think we're fine legally. Belly out.